All right. So this is because everyone says Bill Bellamy has the most amazing Hollywood stories. This is for your dad. Dad, great story. So I'm assuming now your dad, AKA Michael Jackson, was probably 8, 9 years old. Stevie Wonder was in the studio. Smokey Robinson was in the studio, and this is at Motown where everyone's in studio A, B, C, and everyone's doing songs. So, like, Smokey Robinson was a writer for a lot of the songs, right? And so they're coming around with like, okay, well, maybe the Temps can do this one. Maybe the people, we'll say this one's for Smokey. We'll do this, right? Cool. So this is so crazy. I'm getting goosebumps. So real quick, so the Jacksons are in Studio C, say whatever, and they got this song called Who's Loving You? Cool. It was supposed to be for Stevie Wonder initially. Cool. Well, Stevie can write, Stevie can sing this. You got whatever. And I forgot who it was that suggested let Michael get a chance at it. Oh. Then Smokey goes, I don't know if Michael Jackson could sing this. He's a child. This song's about heartbreak. It's a lot of soul. It's hurt. And this is what the song is about. The lady says, just let Michael try. 8-year-old Michael comes in the studio, looks at it, reads it a couple times, hits it. One take, everyone's running out of the studios. Oh my God! Oh my God! How is it possible that a kid who's 8 years old can sing a song like a grown-ass man? And that's how that song happened. That's the legend of that song. Is that crazy?
I never heard that. That's amazing. Story.
Smokey Robinson told me that story, and I was like, well, he said Michael was from another planet. He was like to watch him sing the song as a child was incredible because we didn't could tell him every note the way he was going to sing it. He sang the song the way he felt it at 8 years old. I didn't even know what heartbreak was. Did you?
No.
Not at 8.
Not at 8.
I maybe 14 or 15. So I wanted to share that with you. So you also have another foundation, which is called the D.D. Jackson Foundation. Yes. And we're not leaving all our foundations. Talk about D.D.
Well, D.D. Jackson Foundation started when me and my brothers, we wanted to do something to honor our mom, our late mom. Our mom was murdered in 94, basically right before 3 Chiefs started, or I guess released. And that was the hardest thing for us because she was our main cheerleader. She was the one that really was our manager, telling us, cracking the whip, as I told you before, but also just inspiring us. And to lose that inspiration, it was really, really hard on us. And so D.D. Jackson Foundation, we specialize in loss and grief because that was the hardest thing for us.
Absolutely.
Was losing that kind of like that star, that North Star to follow. And so we pride ourselves in that way. And so we wanted to do something to honor our mom. And so D.D. Jackson Foundation, we do music therapy classes. We host families throughout the year and stuff like that.
Absolutely, man. I mean, hey, being in the entertainment game definitely has a lot of amazing parts to it, but then also too, we have the lows and we do have the losses, as we all know here. Most recently, I lost my dad, and and it's just like, I never knew when you became an entertainer that I thought every day was Saturday when you became a star. Like, you don't realize that there are tough times that the world doesn't see, and you still have to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You still had to process as a young child how to get on your feet and roll and become your own guy. I mean, I watched you grow up, bro. I feel like I'm your uncle too. You know what I mean? Because I remember a couple times I saw you when you were young and you ain't know who I was. You was like, who's that? Who the hell is that black man talking to me? Crazy? Get him away from you, or whatever. But I would do a lot of things for charity with your father, and he asked me to come down. I would host and do this, that, and the other. So I really came really, really cool with the family. You know what I'm saying? I had a really great relationship, and still do, with Janet, where I got on Velvet Rope. I went on tour. She took me on my first big tour.
Wow,
bro! Opening up for her as a comedian was bonkers. It's gonna be in my book, but I never knew. I had never been to Worcester. Am I saying it right? Anybody from Boston? Worcester. It's out right outside of Boston, and it was sold out arena, and I was the comedian because one of the groups fell out, and your aunt reached out to me. She was like, "Hey, Bill, hey, we want to do some comedy. I was like, hell yeah. She said, we got about 25 days. What? And so I went out on tour with her. It was absolutely amazing. It's a lot of that kind of clips on YouTube from different cities that we were doing. And I had a birthday party on the tour with them and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was definitely, like I say, my connection to the family is very sincere. And I love you guys. And I just want to know, how are you able to navigate, because such a social media is such a piece of our lives now. You've been able to keep your privacy, which is wonderful. Is that intentional?
For myself,
Yeah.
to a certain degree, yeah.
Yeah.
My brother's really good at it. He has no social media, so you can't find him
It's
at all.
zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great at it.
You do have to be intentional, I guess, in separating. Like for me, Instagram is a way to connect with people.
Correct.
But my phone, like text message, phone calls, face to face, like I play video games with him on a nightly basis.
Right.
So that's a more personal or intimate way to connect, you know? So
Yeah.
kind of control what you put out there and what you keep for yourself.
Yeah, because like I feel what you guys have done in a really amazing way is to be able to protect your privacy and let people get what you want them to have. You know, I feel a lot of times in celebrity, we give them everything and then it goes left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you just don't know where the sweet spot is, you know? Because I feel like with this family and the legacy of the family, you have more at stakes. You can't really make a misstep. You don't want to anyway.
Yeah.
We are human,
Yeah.
let's be honest. But like, you know, you don't want to be in no BS or have something crazy go on. You know, you're just like, all right, cool. We're going to do this for my father. We're going to do this for grief therapy. We're going to do things that are very, very purposeful.
Yes.
Exactly.
So is it do you see any music in your life? Do you want to do something, Prince?
No, actually, I tell the story to people. When I
just
was like
saying.
6,
You thought about
my
it.
dad tried to teach me rhythm, and this was his reaction.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
So I was like, okay, I guess it's not for me. And I've had people tell me you should never sing. So
All right, it's too much.
yeah,
It's too much pressure. I got a funny question to ask y'all. I've always wanted to know this. Can somebody tell me the meaning of mama say, mama nakusa?
you know, I used to know that actually.
Like what?
I know it actually
Did you
means
ever
something.
want to know what mama say, makusa? Mama say, nobody. I say it, but I don't know what it is.
I should know what it is.
I know it's like an African dialect or something like that.
Right. That's it.
But that's all we know. Yeah.
Damn.
Close enough, you know?
I've been wanting to know that my whole life, man.